Hi guys, I'm Mr. Steam, and today we're talking clouds. Now clouds, they're not like marshmallows. They're not like snow. You can't pick them up. So, what are they? They look beautiful and they make lots of pretty shapes in the sky. The first things you learn to do is look up and you see things like elephants. You see things like fish. You see things like aeroplanes. But what make clouds? You've probably heard of the water cycle, so therefore you have an understanding that maybe clouds might be water. Well, you know rain comes from clouds, so you got this idea. But why, if they're water, why are they not falling to the ground? I guarantee you they're not gas. You see, H2O gas you can't see. Okay, it's transparent. So why can you see a cloud? Hot air rises. That means as the sun heats up the ground, or the water, it rises up. As it gets higher and higher and higher, the air around it and it gets colder. So now eventually the air cools down so much that the water inside it, the H2O gas, turns back into water. We call that the dew point. The dew point is here when the cloud starts to form. Okay, that's why the clouds always have a flat bottom. They don't have like a really big ragged bottom, but a flat bottom. As the H2O gas hits the dew point, it turns into H2O liquid. This H2O gas in the air can get above the dew point in many ways. Sometimes as the hot air rises, sometimes the wind can blow up the side of a mountain, and that's when you get clouds like this here. The question is there, why, considering I just told you there's always water in the air, why is there not just constant clouds everywhere all the time? Okay. Well, for starters, the dew point actually varies from what height, okay? And that depends on how much water is actually in the air and the temperature of the day. Secondly, a H2O gas cannot turn into H2O liquid by itself. As it actually goes above this dew point, the little water droplets actually have to bond onto what they call a water nuclei. That is a piece of dust in the air, a piece of salt in the air. It could even be a piece of pollution. When you get the H2O gas condensing into H2O liquid, these drops are small and they're actually heavier than the air around it, so they do fall. But they're so small, microscopic, they fall at such a slow rate that the updrafts still hold the clouds up. Because as we know, the hot air is rising, and that's holding the clouds in the air. Let's come back to our cumulus clouds here. You see, we have our water particles in our cloud, and they're all really, really, really tiny. Now, as the cloud becomes more dense, these water particles start bumping into each other. Okay? And they get a little bit bigger. And they get a little bit bigger, a little bit bigger. Then eventually, the cloud cannot hold these water particles anymore. And that's what we call rain. So if they can't hold the water particles anymore, it all falls down and it rains on our heads. Now I'm Mr. Steam, and that's how clouds are formed. Hi guys, if you like what you see, please subscribe and check out some of my other videos.